Everybody, it's your boy Will, and today I'm going to be kicking off the Node.js tutorial series. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the first one, which is going to be how do you install Node.js on your computer. And actually, before we get into that, we're going to talk about what Node.js is, how you use it, and why you would even want to be using that for your development. So Node.js is a platform that allows developers to develop JavaScript applications, and it gives them a runtime environment to actually execute the JavaScript code. So normally you would only execute your JavaScript in some kind of browser like Google Chrome. So what Node.js has done is it's taken that engine that is used to execute the code and is bundled that into the Node.js platform, so that way when we write our applications, we can run that on our computers, test them, and then deploy them. That's pretty much the how and the what, and just a little bit more detail on what kind of use cases you can expect from Node.js is you can use it for, of course, web development, but you can also do things like create web scrapers and just use it as a server-side API. If you're not familiar with front end and back end, or kind of all of the jargon that goes with the development language, please drop me a comment below and I'll be sure to go ahead and tackle that and explain that either in the comments for you or in another video, depending on the complexity of your questions. So go ahead and do that if you have any questions. How do you use it, right? So Node.js is pretty much given to you in the form of download. So if you go to the nodejs.org, don't worry, I'll go ahead and drop this video link. Well, not the video link, I'm sorry. I'll drop this link in the description below, so you will not have to look for it. You have two options as soon as you get to the landing page. You either can do the long-term support or you can do the current version. And your first question is probably like, what is the difference? So the long-term support version is pretty much a specific build that they've created for the platform that is going to be constantly updated and supported, meaning if there's any bugs, if there's something wrong with it, if something breaks, anything along those lines, or sometimes it can just be like a small problem that they just want to change, they'll be dropping that in this version. But if you get one of the current versions, then it's going to be phased out pretty soon. It could be a matter of months, weeks. Each platform kind of has their own little schedule, but I think it's typically about 6 months. So when you're building an application that you want to be around for a while, you're more than likely going to go with the long-term support version, as pretty much is what I do. And as you can see here, it's already assumed that I'm a Windows user. So if you are a Mac or a Linux user, you will have to follow a different set of instructions for this. I'll have to do a separate video for you guys, so just stay tuned for that. So let's just go ahead and continue with the download. I've already done this previously, but I'll go ahead and do it again. And once the download is finished, you're going to want to go to show in folder. We'll go ahead and double click that, hit next, and I'm actually just going to go ahead with the default settings. So we're not actually going to change anything. So this is your license for use. Go ahead and accept those terms, otherwise you won't be able to download it. And go ahead and use this location for the installation file. If you do want to change it, you do have that option, but I generally just follow the default. And now I want to bring your attention to this npm node package manager thing that's going to come with your download. What this does is actually a library of third-party stuff. So we're going to go ahead to npm. Actually, I'm just going to Google it, right? Let's go ahead npm, and you get npmjs.com. So pretty much, if you have an application and you have some kind of functionality that you want to use, more than likely it's probably exists somewhere else. So you can go here and get access to a lot of those things. In particular, Express, which is something that we'll talk about a little later, should be in here. And of course it's right here, and you can download things, and all they do is they apply additional functionality to your application. In this case, this is for routing with the application, if you're not familiar with that, it's pretty much how the browser is able to deliver different pages based off of these little slashes or roots on your URL. So hopefully I haven't lost you guys, but that's what that does. It gives you just different libraries of code that you can use to extend, upgrade, whatever, improve your application. It also gives you the documentation, and it adds the npm node stuff to the path. And this path thing is actually just another thing that allows your computer to know what the hell you're talking about. For instance, I'm going to go ahead and open up the terminal and just give you a quick example. So before we actually install Node, if I type Node and I'm going to do -- version to just say, hey, what version of Node do I have? You'll see that the computer actually doesn't know what I'm talking about, as it shouldn't, because I haven't installed it. So once this gets added to the path, then your computer will know what it is. Otherwise, you can install it, but your computer still won't know. And we're just gonna go ahead and take this, and it's just saying that automatically install any tools that you need for these libraries, because a lot of times they have dependencies that you may need. So you want to make sure that you're getting all of that information when you download something. Otherwise, you'll have to do it manually, and that can be a little tedious. So let's go ahead and continue with the installation. Now, the screen's gonna go black really quick because we're gonna have to accept some stuff. Just go ahead and say yes and let it do its thing. It might take a few minutes, so I'm gonna let this go ahead and do its thing, and then I'll get back to you guys. Actually, mine finished faster than I thought, so just go ahead and hit finish, and then you'll get this little pop-up. Just go ahead and read it. It's just saying, hey, you said you're gonna install these extra packages, so let's go ahead and do that now. Boom. All right, guys, so I'm sorry about that, but I accidentally muted my mic while I was recording, so I will have to do the rest over voiceover. Just let the installer go ahead and finish, then hit the enter button to exit. Now what we're going to do is go back into the terminal and try the Node -- version again. Please make sure that this is a fresh terminal, because if it is not, then this will not work, because the terminal will not have picked up on the recent changes. So now you see that we actually get a response. So this is actually it. We're actually done installing Node.js. All right, guys, that's all I have for today. Thanks for tuning in. You now know how to install Node.js on your computer, and you have a better idea on what it is. In the next coming videos, we'll be diving deeper into Node.js. We'll be tackling some demo projects, and we'll see a lot more JavaScript and the code that goes into this. If you have any questions at all, go ahead and drop them in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. It really does help. So that's all for me, guys. Peace. I'll see you soon.